Hi there! Welcome back to another video on my channel. It's me, ya boy. um, so listen, okay, if you're new to this channel, my name's Cassidy. I'm an author. Let's get that out of the way. The last writing author themed video I did, I was kind of just like rambling about drama that I saw on threads. And if you know me, I'm not really like, I mean, I have a dramatic personality, but like, I'm not really involved in drama a lot. That's like not who I am. But that video did really, really well, and there was some drama that popped up on threads yesterday, I believe. So that's why I'm like recording this video for you right now, because I figured I'd talk about it. I know in the last video I had criticism because I was talking about like female authors behaving badly. But so this is for you guys. It's a male author. Woo, yay. I guess. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so I just kind of want to talk about something I saw on threads yesterday, and it was gross and icky. And I'm sure a lot of you, if you're in the book community or if you're on threads, you probably saw this too. But yeah, I just want to talk about it today. So if you're interested in that, just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna just give a summary for y'all, and then I'm gonna like talk about it more my opinions towards like the end of the video, I guess. Yeah, so where do I begin? Okay, so there's this author, right? His name is JD Barker, and he is actually he has a decent career for himself. He's pretty well known. He predominantly writes like thrillers or scary stories, things that incorporate different elements of like horror and sci-fi or whatever into their work as well. He was actually nominated for a Bram Stoker Award, which again, I write horror, so if you're in that community, you know that's like a awesome award, a great honor. So he was nominated for that, and he was won a bunch of other awards too. So he was nominated for his book Forsaken was nominated for the Bram Stoker Award, but he also has this book that might be a little bit more well known called The Fourth Monkey. Yeah, so that book might be a little bit more well known. I remember hearing about it like maybe like 10 years ago or something. Um, but I mean, I've never read it. So, yeah. But he's also done collaborations with other authors who are pretty well known, and he's been picked up by big publishers. So this isn't like a no-name author doing something crazy for publicity. This man really doesn't need it, and if he is doing this for publicity, my question is why. So basically, what happened yesterday is that some people on threads came forward and they posted screenshots of this email that they were sent by this author, and I will put these screenshots up here while I'm talking about them so you guys can read it if you want. But basically, he was sending these unsolicited emails to a bunch of book influencers or bookish accounts and asking them to promote his book. Okay, and I believe this isn't a thriller. I believe this is supposed to be like erotic or romance or something. But editing me is going to fact check that for sure. But yeah, he's promoting this new book, and it's meant to be sexy. So he uh, unsolicitedly asked via email for these bookstagrammers to use sexy videos to promote his work. Okay. But the issue that's weird enough, okay. And it was I just want to stress this was from his own personal email address, okay, and it had his author's banner, so it was unmistakably tied to him, okay. So yeah, so he wanted these predominantly women, I think all women, but you know, I just want to, yeah, he wanted these people to post like sexy videos with his book, and he gave text prompts or suggestions on how they should promote his book. He basically gave them like a little mini script, and in one of those messages it was talking about how like who doesn't like to unwind with a good book or something, and it was like suggesting that the person holds the book over their, you know, unmentionables and is like naked otherwise. And these people, like, he also offered a pay scale, which again, if you know about marketing and influencing stuff, this pay grade really isn't it. Anyway, so he offered a pay scale, and then he said that these videos would be sent in and approved by him, and they would only get paid if this person approved of the video. So this guy was going to be collecting a lot of suggestive videos from these folks who don't even necessarily post suggestive content. I want to stress that too, because I like looked on some of these pages for these people, and yeah, of course they put bookish content, but I didn't see them openly posting like suggestive pictures. And again, I just did like a glance one over. There's nothing wrong with like posting sexy on Instagram or whatever, or Threads or whatever, if you want to. If that's like, I love sex work, girl. Like, yes, that's not a problem with that. But I don't think these people necessarily do that. Or if they do, it's like because of their own choice and enjoyment. You know, it's not based on the request of a man or the male gaze necessarily. But anyway, so regardless, this author was going to see them for the promo and then pick out which ones he liked, and pay the people he liked. So it obviously, this sort of email is kind of creepy. It's pretty jarring, and people were complaining about it, rightfully so, especially from a big named author. Plus, you don't know what's going to happen to your video after you send it to him. Like, obviously, like, why wouldn't he keep something like that? Like, you just, yeah. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird to ask people for nudes in any setting, especially if you don't like know them. And then using that under the guise of marketing a book is even weirder, especially a book like, because I know like a lot of audiences who read erotica and romance happen to be female or women. So it makes it extra weird that you're asking for unsolicited nudes from women when you're trying to write a book that's catered to an audience of women. Really weird. Okay, anyway, so he got heat from this publicly, right? And it is so recent, but girl, it's already on his Wikipedia page because I searched that before like filming this video. It's already on Wikipedia, girl. Anyway, so yeah, so he basically got a lot of heat for this, and then he sent out a email afterwards that was basically like an apology, even though the only apology part was at the very end. And I'll, again, putting screenshots on here, hello. The only apology part was pretty much at the end. That was like, sorry for the inconvenience, which is like, bro, oh, come on. And okay, and then but for the most part, in this second email, he claims that this was done through a PR firm that he had hired, and that he had no knowledge that this was going on, and they had access to his email address, which, they were like, oh, it wasn't me, it was like my friend sent this. Okay, cool. So he was like, yeah, it was just the PR firm I hired. It's not me, even though in the email it said that, he would be approving said video, so he had to know about it in some capacity, right? Okay. Well, the kicker is is that he is blaming this PR firm in his email, but a quick Google search will let you know that he is the co-founder of said PR firm that he is using. Yes, I think it's called Best of Book Talk. Again, editing me will fact check that. But yeah, it was called Best of Book Talk, that the PR firm he was referring to, and he is a co-founder of said PR firm. So I'm just thinking that, like, okay, are you not going to oversee your own PR firm, especially when handling your own books? Like, it sounds like you have a lot of control in this situation, period. Even like, don't try to blame the intern girl, you know? So it just sounds like he had a lot of control of the situation. And, at best, he's just like a well-meaning guy that did like a really, really creepy PR stunt, but at worst he is somebody who is trying to take advantage of his position as this really well-known author to try to get and solicit like inappropriate images and stuff, or sexy images from smaller bookstagrammers who might be intimidated by his influence. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's pretty much the gist of that. I don't have any more updates for you at this time, but like if there's further updates in this situation, I'll like leave a comment on this video or something like that. But yeah, it's kind of like what's going on right now. It just makes me sad. I feel bad for everybody who was contacted. As far as I saw online, it was at least like five or six people that I saw personally, but who knows, there could be a lot more. There could be people who don't necessarily feel comfortable speaking up about this. Understandable, I don't know what I would do if I woke up to that email in my inbox. I don't know. But it's great that some of these women felt comfortable enough to come forward because, with this kind of activity, unfortunately, you have to assume that if someone's bold enough to do something like this, like what else do they feel comfortable doing with, people around them. I'm not trying to make like unnecessary accusations for further stuff because there's no evidence of that, but like I don't know, something about this makes me feel like it wasn't like a first time situation thing. And like also like how are you going to be so bold to like think that people can't piece information together? Like how are you really going to blame the PR firm that you own thinking that people can't Google that and figure it out for themselves, you know, like why are you underestimating the readers that you're writing to and that you're trying to market to? Like why are you trying to take advantage of the people that you're trying to market to? It is so easy to just be like, hey, read my book, do you like it? Yeah. That's normal, authors do that. You know, you can DM bookstagrammers and be like, hey, you know, I really appreciate if you check my book out, blah blah blah, and like talk about pay rates and stuff like that. That's like normal behavior, but asking them explicitly to send you nudes is like not normal. And even if you wanted that kind of content, like I don't know if this would be more appropriate, but like my thought would be was like I'm sure you could hire models and actors or people who make that kind of content on the regular, like on, you know, like hire some OnlyFans people and just be like, hey, you know, here's my book. I want you to read it. And if you like it, you feel like promoting it, you know, I already like the work you do. Just have fun, be creative. Like, you know, give the person you're trying to employ some agency. You know what I mean? And then like, yeah, you can approve the video or not, you know, assuming they're not going to do anything completely wacky. But you know, I don't know. I just don't think random like messaging, not even messaging, but emailing people randomly for images and videos of their body is an appropriate thing to do as an author or a business person or like whoever. Like that makes no goddamn sense to me. Um, I, I don't know. Yeah, so that's basically the whole situation. I just feel bad too because like I don't know, it's hard. So like it's hard being feminine presenting in general and having to deal with like creepiness and my heart goes out to these people because like I've also experienced a degree of creepiness on the internet and like you know not from this person, not from JD Barker in particular, but like in general, like even in the horror community, like I have some male colleagues that are amazing, like love them, right? But I've had instances of like men interacting with me online when I'm like trying to promote my book and stuff, and being like really weird or being inappropriate or commenting on my appearance, and like it got to the point where I blocked people like about it because it was just making me uncomfortable. And these were like fellow writers. This wasn't just like random faceless accounts. It was like fellow writers. Um, and I've like blocked people because they were like creepy and for some reason got backlash from other women about that. And I was like, okay, first of all, you can block people for no reason in your day-to-day life. Like no one's stopping you from doing that. And two, like you're not entitled to like see someone constantly online. You're not entitled to people's time, energy, body, face, like whatever. And we really need to dismantle this like ideology, especially with like male authors here, because it's making the space uncomfortable for people who wanted to get into this field, period. Obviously made these women uncomfortable, and this was completely inappropriate. And this is somebody who had a lot of power and influence trying to take advantage of like other people who might not know better. And this is gross. And he has a wife, and that makes me sad. I feel really bad for her. I don't know what I would do if my husband was doing stuff like this, you know. So yeah, it just sucks. Like I don't know. I'm just tired of men acting like this. And like also it doesn't really bode well for his book. Even if his book is going to be like erotica or romance or whatever, like and he treats women this way and doesn't it doesn't click that that's wrong. Like how what are the contents of the book going to be? You know what I mean? I've never read any of his stuff, so I don't know if that's a fair assessment. But I feel like you can kind of tell, you know, like if somebody has these sorts of behaviors and actions, they probably have certain biases and thoughts, and those thoughts, even if they don't mean to, are going to translate onto the page. So it would not surprise me if some of the female characters in this book, if there are any, you know, what degree of agency will they have? You know what I mean? You know, what is the quality of the character building? Like, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the repercussions for this are going to be. I hope, because I know this person has engaged with the horror community specifically before, and like again, that's the community I'm kind of part of. Um, I hope we don't continue to champion this kind of behavior. And I've like made comments about this on my Instagram before. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. It's at Writing with Cass. Same as Threads. But yeah, so I've like talked about this sort of behavior before because, like I said, I've been on the like end of it with very small indie authors coming into my space and being creepy. But we need to quit championing this. It's not safe. Like, yeah, horror is supposed to be scary, but you should feel safe. We shouldn't bring that to real life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need these jump scares. Thank you. Uh, so yeah, I hope there's something. I know I've seen other female authors that are my colleagues calling this stuff out. I've seen a couple guys too, but I just feel like there needs to be a little bit more consequences for this because this is really messed up. Especially since like I think that he's carried by HarperCollins, at least in the UK. I'm not sure who he's published under in the US, but yeah, they're big publishers. You know what I mean? It's like, well, dude, this is reflects poorly on you. Hello. And like I'm just thinking about all the opportunities that like these indie authors like myself don't get because we're small, we don't have a lot of influence or whatever. And then like all of a sudden these people who have these long-standing careers decide to fuck it up. Oh, excuse my language, but decide to mess it up because they were horny. Like, bro. So I don't know. I'm just cracking jokes because I'm like uncomfortable. Like, if you can't tell, I'm a little like uncomfortable about this. Like, it makes me feel kind of icky. So if I'm making jokes or inappropriate jokes, I'm sorry, but like that's just kind of like my coping mechanism with this, I think. Um, it's just like an unfortunate reality and like one that I think should change. And like again, this isn't just limited to the horror community or writing in general. There's like creeps everywhere, unfortunately. But it's just kind of like, like how much are we gonna put up with? Like really, you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, this is not the first instance of a male author being creepy, nor will it be the last, unfortunately. But I just felt like I would share this with you today since this is somebody who does have a big platform and like this could easily get swept under the rug. And I know I don't have a big platform, but like I still think it's worth speaking up against or speaking out about. Um, I don't know. I just want people to feel safe. Is that so hard? I just want people to feel safe in general. I don't know. But yeah, that's the tale of Mr. Barker here. Thank you for listening to me ramble on and talk about this. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure there'll be other videos up. I will throw in like in the description. I'll put in like some TikToks or that I saw or like talking about this because I saw one TikTok with a woman who actually received a message, and then there's been a viral TikTok going around of somebody just talking about it. I can put both in the description. Maybe I can leave links to like threads too, or the initial thread that was shared. But yeah, just for you guys to do your own research about this too. You know what I mean? But yeah. So thanks for watching. Sorry this has to be such a hard topic. But it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. If you want me to talk about like other instances of authors misbehaving and like turning this into a regular thing, please let me know down below. I really appreciate it. I appreciate any sort of interaction on this channel. It helps me out a lot. So if you want to like, comment, share, and subscribe, that would be great. And until next time, thanks. Bye.